didn't bring my reading glasses up. Sandy, welcome. First person in. Hey, Emrine. Dacian in the place. And a place to be. Hope we're not freezing again. It looks like freeze. Hey y'all, how you doing? Oh no, the mic's not plugged in. Hold on one second. Hey Tammy, welcome. I'm glad to have you. I may be able to turn my fan off. I'm not that hot. If I get hot, I'll turn it back on. But I don't think I'm that hot right now. The sun's not shining at the moment. I do have one dog that's really bothering me from where I just gave her a little piece of what do you call it? Oops, sorry if there's feedback. I gave her a little piece of what they call that stuff, sinew, like from the bones, and she's like already back. I thought it was gonna keep her busy for a couple minutes. It did not. Now it's raining. She got something there. It's like a tail of something. Summer, that's a piece of leather. That's a piece of leather. Summer, give me that. Bring me that. Summer, bring me that. Bring me that. Thank you. Wow. I don't know how she got her mouth on that one there. But that was up on the bench, I thought. Anyways, welcome to Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. Who needs his reading glasses? Rob is in the place. Zenta, welcome. Congratulations on getting a membership. That was probably Dacian in the chat right now who gave that away. I can't tell you for sure, but most likely. But thank you for being here, everybody. Continuing on with what I had to do yesterday is scraping and basically getting these furs that I have soft. They've been neglected because I've been doing so much leather. And if you're gonna do this stuff with natural materials and by hand, you have to be really aggressive with how you treat furs, because the furs are gonna wanna stiffen up on you unless you're using chemicals. Like, they got chemicals that they sell that do this, but if you don't want to do it with those, and you don't want to pay the money for that, then it's really elbow grease that does the softening process. But Zenta, welcome. What's going on? Where are you from? And also Tammy, you told us before where you from. You don't have to tell us your exact address. This is where you coming from. You know, hello. My name's Calvin. Where are you from? I'm from yesterday. What do we have? A lot of people from England. 2 people from the same part of England yesterday. By the way, double tap that screen, like this video. I have 2 tools that I like to scrape with. I like to scrape with this hatchet here, which is made so I can't tag it in the thing. Tammy's from Southern Ontario. Oh yeah. Are you the one from Hamilton? We were talking the other day. Last time I went there was many years ago, but I do remember Hamilton. I'm gonna have Burger King. Man, in England, you guys have kept the rules of those places better. So like here, you probably get better Burger King in England than you do in the U.S. As ironic as that may seem. Okay, Tammy. All right, Tammy from Hamilton. All right, I remember that now. Yeah. Hamilton, outside of Toronto, right in Ontario. Well, not really. In what respect there, Rob? I mean, I haven't had fast food in a very long time. So I'm talking from the perspective of somebody who's actually not had legitimate Burger King for more than 10 years. You know. I can't eat any of that stuff. Yep, that's right. Yep, that is the facts. Purposeless lives lived by the slaughtered. You know, as we might refer to it, some of the survivalists refer to it government meat. They call it. Oh wow, this is getting real soft. Y'all see how soft that is? Y'all see how soft this is a white-tailed deer, and this is the pelt. There's only one defect in the pelt, and that's right here. Other than that, this fur is so thick and luscious. This was a very big animal. Oh no, this is the defect in the pelt right here. Those other spots are, I think those are workable. That's not, but it's, I took as much of this one too. You can see I went further up the neck than I usually would go. That's a massive difference from yesterday. Let's see. What's a massive difference from yesterday? If I'm gonna. Oh yeah, softness for sure, definitely. So this thing was like rigid. You could fold it in the middle and fold it like that. But yeah, the suppleness. Yeah, you're right. You know, I forget the things I'm saying. Yeah, so it's, you can see it's draping now. Draping over my hand. I just want to complete the process of getting it to the point where it will drape fully. Yes, yeah. Sorry, Rob. Yeah, I figured it out, what you were talking about. I had this idea, and I bounced it off Heather today about how I can help you if you do a giveaway in the U.S. And just to help you out, I want to like do something to show love. So if you do a giveaway, and if you have U.S. members, I don't know if you have U.S. members. Wakey, Calvin. I am waking up. I'm getting there. Rob, if you have U.S. members and you spin, you know, me being over here, I could probably deliver them an item. And I had this idea, a book I read that was really, really good. And I don't know if you've ever read this book or if you're familiar with this book, Rob, called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, I believe is his name. He was a doctor, a psychologist, who, you know, was a psychologist before he was put in a concentration camp. He was made like a concentration camp doctor. It's considered one of the standard books, you know, in psychology. Somebody sent me a copy of it, and some of the things that he said in that book really changed my way of looking at the world. So, yeah, any kind of way I had this idea of like getting a couple copies of that book, or being having my trigger finger ready, that if somebody in the U.S. won something, like I could send them a copy of that book. That was the idea. But let me marinate on it, and then, hey Wes, what's up? Wes does it in the chat. Kevin in the chat. Welcome. What we're doing right now is we're scraping the inside of this this fur. These furs have been neglected because I've been spending all my time on leather, and so the furs have gotten stiff and non-pliable. And this one was a really difficult one. It was just like a rock for a long time. And then I started scraping it and putting on, putting fats into it, which I'm going to do again today. We're going to apply more fatty material. We do have some discoloration, and that's because I used a draw knife on the flesh side. And I think there was some strop on that draw knife. And so we got this blackening here. But other than that, just basic, the color of you see on the inside of a pelt, pretty much. And as time has gone on, I've scraped it to get it kind of where I've gotten it now. But really thick, warm pelt, and that's why I like to keep the hair on this one. So, and I'll continue on. So I told you I have two tools that I like to use on this. One is this knife right here that came from Wes. Somebody asked me what the sheath was made of yesterday, and I couldn't remember. Someone said Purple Heart, but I don't know if that's it. I did tell people that the handle was Mimosa, so I got that part right. Been using this in my hatchet to scrape these hides, and it works really well. Getting those fibers broken up to allow in more of the moisturizers, the fats. Today I had to rewarm my solution from yesterday, so I rewarmed up my solution, and the coconut oil had all congealed and frozen. So what I had to do is add boiling water and then more fat, because when you add boiling water, you're diluting the fats in there. This stuff's really only good for 2 days, but I did come up with a solution on how you can use fat liquor for a little longer, and that is to, if you have coconut oil or something that freezes at room temperature or close to it, add that, put it in the fridge, slowly add like coffee hot water, almost boiling water, and then shake the jug, and it'll remelt that paddock. That's right. Yeah, that's right, paddock. I don't know if I pronounced it right. Paddock. Got a dog by my foot. Foot dock. Oh, y'all hear the rain? I turned my fan off just so if it rained you could hear it. Yeah, so the handle is Mimosa. Wes did this on his channel. And then the sheath is Paddock. They really liked this yesterday, man. They really liked that. I think it's like an Iroquois word or a Algonquian word, probably, if I'm gonna guess at it. Some sort of Algonquian language family word. Loving y'all popping through. Yesterday we got to 5,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you. I would put a cheer. I would hit my soundboard and put a cheer on in the background, but I don't have that. We're low tech around here at Dad's Workshop. 5,000 subs, right? Tammy says it's raining and foggy there. It was raining. It was foggy this morning, but not raining. And 36 degrees. It is 75 degrees here, Fahrenheit. Obviously, Celsius, that would be pretty hot, wouldn't it? No? Yes, no? Someone help me. Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. Yeah, I really like the way this knife feels in my hand. Love it. And I scraped that whole big dark red buckskin with this knife. Great results. I just don't be scared of it. That's what I try to do, y'all. Try to not be scared of it. Yeah, next goal is 6K. That's right. We gotta, we can set a daily goal. Like today, I'd like to see, we were at 5,011, right? I like the number 5. Let's get to 5,025. We'll make it a reasonable goal. Let's get it up to 5,025 subs, y'all. Y'all can do it. Come on now. Hey, spam that heart and it'll send it out to more people. Spam that heart if you want to encourage people to come in. They show this thing. Buckskin cow, says Kevin. Buckskin cow. Yeah, man. Ergonomics are perfect. It's like it fits perfectly into my hand. Yeah, love the way that it feels. Yeah, I don't need a Bowie knife for much of anything I do around here. I skin the entire, like when I dress an animal, I'll skin the whole animal with a multi-tool or a small knife, a small fold-out knife. I've never used some kind of like a fillet knife. Oh, maybe, Wes, maybe we'll be at 6K in a month. We hope so. We hope so. What we can do though, y'all, is double tap that screen and like this video. This is Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. Right now we're scraping the flesh side of a really pretty silver white-tailed deer hide. The reason I call her silver is because she has a certain hair pattern that makes her hair kind of appear silver. It was very thick, unfortunately, and I did not kill this animal. This animal was pregnant when I found it, so it had a thicker coat, I imagine, just guessing, probably because of that. I noticed that right when I dressed her, that she was very healthy looking, extremely large animal. Yep, bigger than, almost as big, if not big, as big, almost as big as that 200+ pound buck that I found. And we'll talk about all this on a video. There's reasons that I collect and don't hunt a lot of these animals. Press that sub button, double tap the screen, like this video, sub to my channel. We're gonna get it up to 5,025. Miss Heather can let me know where I'm at when she gets a chance. You know, let's get it up to 5,025, y'all. 5,025. Gotta be deliberate about these things, right? Gotta be deliberate. Read up, let me see. Oh, now, okay, I see it, Rob. Yeah, I would like to pay for the book if that was to happen. Of course you would, but if that, let's put this in, a hypothetical. I'm not saying anything yet because it was just something I was thinking about as a way to help you out with a US. I got to get my own stuff together, to be honest, but I would love to help someone else grow a channel. Like, that is fun to me. I enjoy like boosting people's channels up. I like to watch their channels grow, man. Like, I genuinely love to watch that. So whatever I can do, and I know you're like, they got you out there in the country, so yeah, you know, any way I can help. 5,016 already and counting. Let's go. Let's go. That's good. But I need you to sub. If you're in the gallery, y'all, the way that they bring you this content is if they know you want to come back, and the way that you tell them you want to come back is by subbing, you know, spamming that heart if you really like the content. And what we're doing here is, you know, learning traditional craftsmanship by doing it. Active project-based learning, which I believe truly in my heart of hearts is the best way to learn, to get on there and also to teach someone else. So when you learn something, you pass it on to someone else, and that opens these different pathways in your brain, right? You teach something to someone else while you're learning it, and you retain 70% more information. That's statistically basically proven, right? Yeah, man, we want to help in any way we can. Yep, we absolutely. So this, anyways, back to the hide here. This hide here was brain tanned and smoked, so I'm scraping off a lot of that now. Wow, what the heck? I feel like I just got bit by a fire ant. My goodness. Fire ant got me on the leg, I think. They're out now, apparently. This just breaks these fibers up, and I got other hides to do today. This one, we're just trying to get it soft and supple here, because I figured out how to do it, y'all. It's just a matter of elbows, basically, and working it, applying that oil in there, and then pulling it, scraping it. This side is being the most stubborn, which is odd, because this is the back rear end side. I want to break this against the cable. I think that might help too. But I have found you don't have to do that if you scrape it aggressively. Let's put this down on the bench real quick and add some stuff to it. I got a dog here right in my feet way. Get out. Get out of my feet area. Yeah. Go on, get. Go on now. Get. Alright, so we're going to apply some of this fat liquor material. And as I said yesterday, I use Jorgensen clamps. Shout out Wes. Boop. Jorgensen clamp. You see the Jorgensen clamp? Holding down my board so well. I use mostly Jorgensen clamps actually. See? They're pretty good. I could put another one right here and I'd be sure that my piece is not going to move at all. But I'm not going to do that. But check into Jorgensen clamps. Heather, Q. Y'all like that? I can swear by the Jorgensen clamps. Huh. Well, some of that stuff they say about swearing, I mean, it's always good not to swear as much as possible. You don't want to be a foul-mouthed person, but, you know, I swear sometimes, as y'all know. Let me spritz this real quick. That kind of opens those pores up to fluid. Y'all like that? Here comes the product placement. Yeah, I don't have any tan in a bottle to sell y'all. Tammy Fleming says, sorry, my phone died, but I am back. We don't accept your apology, Tammy. We expected you to be here that entire time. Very important stuff was done while you were gone. Very important stuff, indeed. They could have hired me to be Scotty instead of that Finnish guy that they did. I hired like a Finnish guy to play Scotty on the Scott's commercials. The guy from Game of Thrones. Shout out to dude, he's got a great red beard and all. But they could replace him with me for much cheaper. I'm way cheaper. I'm way cheaper, though I'm not a big fan of Scott's products, so there you go. Great fertilizer, right? Great stuff. Hey, on the record while Wes is in here, I think Rob is the expert, but I always thought your English accent was better, Wes. That is keep it 100 on my mother. I think your English accent is better, and also I'm going to tell you, Heather also thinks your English accent is better. So I think, you know, Rob probably has the trumping vote there because he's actually English. But nah, I always thought yours was better. Maybe he just caught you at a bad moment. Did Tammy get the launch codes? Oh no, she missed the launch codes. That was like the whole thing. Like the everybody in the chat won $1 million, and Tammy's phone was dead. Clip. He was just sweetening me up, Wes. That's all. So as I pull these fibers, you know, and scrape this stuff, it's going to allow this stuff into these grains. And I've noticed I've been doing this recently quite a bit. I take the schmutz, I remove the schmutz off of there, right? And then I end up with a soft hide. It's been working. See, Wes wasn't in here to see you say that. I think he was gone. Now Tammy missed the launch codes and the $1 million giveaway. Chat $1 million giveaway. Hey, we are trying to get up to on the really real. I mean, like there's no $1 million given out. We appreciate Tammy coming back. That's a big deal. There is no. What I do need you to do, call to action. What I need you to do is go ahead and click that, double tap that screen, like this video, and then subscribe to the channel so we can continue to grow. Because that's what we need to do. We got to grow here. And the way we do that is by you telling YouTube that you like the content. What I'm doing is scraping the flesh side of a already brain tanned and smoked buckskin with the hair on. But I don't love the way it feels, so I'm trying to re-soften it. And you can do that. You can go backwards in the tanning process. It's pretty cool. And keep working hides to a certain extent, I think. I think there's probably limits. I tell him how bad his accent is every time, but he ignores me. I was practicing my elocution in the shower today. It's like I felt like a boxer warming up for a heavyweight title fight. I was practicing my Scottish, just that's like my left hand, and then I was practicing my very proper English, that's like my right hand. Then I can give him an uppercut with like throw an Irish accent in there. Like. She said, if you're giving away $1 million, it's going to be $1,010,000 in Canada, Canadian dollars. You guys always benefit from those. Those $1 million giveaways always give you all $1,010,000. Oh yeah, this is working, y'all. I'm cooking with grease right now. I don't mind thinning this out either, so like it's very thick. That leather is apparently super strong, y'all. I don't know if you knew this. I used to laugh when they would say leather armor. Now I have a different perspective on it. As a natural fiber, it's crazy strong. This does a couple things. It's breaking up those fibers. It's moisturizing the hide. And this is just, it's not, tanning's not a paint by numbers process, y'all. It's actually like really, you can develop personal style and figure things out. People have done it different ways and had different tricks for a long time. So there's ways to trick the process. I recently discovered that it's hard to tie a cable from one post to another post and put stress on that cable with all my body weight. All right, so I'm putting all my body weight on that cable and I'm stretching back and forth. By the way, these are Grease Monkey gloves. Heather, put the plug in there. Putting all my body weight on a cable, it's gonna do damage to something. I broke a couple things of mine, not my parents' stuff, but at my folks' place, I had a cable stretched out. I was kind of practicing it, and I broke a couple items trying to do it. So the cable wants to put, even if you have a turnbuckle and stuff, it wants to put a lot of stress on whatever it's hooked into. It's really kind of a tough situation. What was that? Calvin Robbins is upset because we speak modern English. We don't and don't add extra luminous. Oh yeah, luminous to metals. Yeah, so like we're simple. It's like, look, aluminum, right? I mean, that's how it's spelled, obviously. I mean, the French have all kinds of ways of saying their words. If you want to be French and you want to be fancy with your spelling, you can move to France. I'm sure you love that idea right there. So you're only like 30 miles, Rob. So you could become a French person really simply. I bet you even speak French. How close you are as the crow flies to France. So yeah, if we want to add extra letters to stuff, we could all become French. If you want to do that, practicality. That's the American way. Make it simple, man. See, we like our words simple here. Man. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it lovely? Rob says, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it lovely? Yes, of course. Of course it is. Lovely. Quite lovely. In it. Oi! Oi! Bruv. Like that's that young person talking from, oi, 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 mate, not oi. No, see, now I'm sounding Australian. From the mean streets of Wimbledon. And it. From the streets of Cambridgeshire. You expected Compton, but what you got was Cambridgeshire. From the streets of Cambridgeshire. Like a fat 19th century British businessman. He's from, I believe he's from Coventry. Extraordinary. Immaculate. 5 guineas? Never. I entertain myself better than anyone else. Trust me. I want to put that on so I can hear it, because there's a delay. But, indeed. Extraordinary, yes. I've been in business in London. Oh, that was terrible. He's had a lot of whiskey and many pipes in his day. Extraordinary life, extraordinary, indeed. No, it's more shire, and sounds more like Cambridgeshire. Cambridgeshire. Shire. Yes. Worcestershire. Leicester. What looks like Leicestershire, y'all, I'm telling you, it's Leicester. A bit of Muppet in that accent. Oh, like the like the hecklers. Extraordinary business in London. In the Broad, of course. I love it when, like, in the old times, they would, even like still in the 19th century, they would refer to us as the colonies. You know, a majority of the British youth, the English youth, the majority of them, do not know that the United States was ever a colony. Hold on, I gotta wipe my phone down here. The majority of British youth that were surveyed, and this is recently by the Washington Post, I believe, did not know that the United States was ever a colony of Great Britain, or ever part of the United Kingdom, right? Or ever part of England. Most British youth don't know that because they don't teach American history in British schools. They stopped that, but Winston Churchill was really big on it because he was actually part American. So he was big on American history. So the older folks had American history in there, or a part, it was, you know, they would touch on it. I'm not going to say they taught a whole American history course, though it is kick-ass. But, you know, they did have a little bit of it, you know, probably just like, blah, 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 they used to be part of us, but we didn't really need them anyway, cowboys and all that. That's kind of the way it is. The colonies, eh? Okay. I wouldn't pay 5 guineas for the colonies. Guineas. Somebody explain that. What's a guinea? What's a quid? What's a bit? I know what a pound is. 5 quid. Naira. And then, like the parts of England where the no is like a multi-syllabled word. Here in the U.S., like Wes says, we simplify things. It's just no. Right? No. There's no. Naira. 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 It's like N-A-W-R-E-I-G-H. Yeah, that makes sense, Rob. Yeah. On the wars, yeah. Yeah, a majority. And they also asked surveyed the same group of young people in the UK and found that most of them are also aware of who Snoop Dogg is. Okay, believe it or not, they just don't know that the US was ever part of. I don't know why those two things relate, but they were both in the same article. Like the same young people found that they really liked Snoop Dogg, and I was like, well, Snoop was like, thank you for plugging me on this sociological experiment. Man, that man knows how to make money. He knows how to make money. This is a deer hide, a white-tailed deer hide. I didn't kill it before you get angry. Okay. That's true. It is pathetic about that. You got to tell. By the way, Tyler, welcome. Yeah, Snoop's the man. That man knows how to do business too. Business is his business. He's all over the place. Always doing some kind of business and like strengthening his brand all the time. He's got it. I turned on TV, weeks ago. This is during bowl time for the college football. And I see Snoop Dogg is in the middle. He's giving dap to the refs in the middle of the field during the coin toss. I did not realize this is a Snoop sponsored bowl. Like it actually has Snoop Dogg's name in the middle of the football field. Crazy, man. Crazy. Hey, all right, Tyler. Appreciate you. Yeah. It's just it's a white-tailed deer hide. That's what it is. It's actually a large whitetail. I gotta take a little brief. My numbers are doing awesome. If you could, please do subscribe to the channel. I'll hold off a little bit, but I have to take a bit of a hit stop break here in a second, y'all. I guzzled water before I came out here because I noticed yesterday I was kind of dehydrated. Oh, how are we on that climb to 5,025 subs? Are we at 5,025 yet? Trying to get to 5,025. Mallets and knives. Mallets and knives and hopefully not, but like rifles and stuff. I mean, I hope I'm wrong about that. But even pellet guns. It's good to have a little something. That's not going to defend you, but... Yep, I'm not here to get political about stuff, so I got to stay away from all that. What's a buster? What's a buster? Did I say buster? $5,019. Yeah, a buster. Yeah. Yes. That is the buster I'm aware of, yeah. Yes, I am aware of that buster. Fake character. AKA Buster, you said it right. Yeah, that's what Seetin. Man, I wish I had slime whoop. Is that what it is? I cannot see that well. I don't have my glasses on. Scroll up for the original context. Oh. Snoop can't take a mallet. Snoop can't make a mallet for shit. Yeah, man, that's probably true. Petey Pablo can, which is true. He can make money though. That's, yeah, that is true. And then let me see. What Wes said as a response to that. I got to get to that. Man, why is it it's my gloves? They want to mess up my chat. And every time I get back up there, I got to like do it in one swipe. Yeah, so mallets and knives are the future, Wes said, and then unlike us peasants that have to work for it, said DT. And then Wes said, if I can get there, who called him a buster, though? Oh, Slime Whoop said, man, y'all ain't seen nothing. Snoop Dogg is a buster in real life. He comes off as a businessman in the surface. But I'm from LA. Snoop's a buster. Oh, Slime Whoop is just trying to. Slime Whoop is saying Snoop's street pass has been revoked. That's what Slime Whoop is saying. I just had to, yeah, I get it, yeah. Snoop's a buster. That is a California term, though. We're all the way out here on the East Coast. I can see somebody who doesn't, not aware of old school and stuff. Like, that probably is a term you don't hear as often out here on this side. But yeah, buster, yeah, definitely. I get the context. I knew what y'all were talking about. I didn't know anyone called Snoop a buster, though. I mean, this is, you know, like, you grow, you get old, and you soften up, man. You don't want to be a rigid old tree anyways. Like, you don't want to be a rigid, like, tough. You don't want to always have to be tough. You got to always have your guard up, you know. That's a tough way to live, man. That means that you're close to death. That's the way that they would hey, Wes, those knives, she's awesome. Yeah, said Soldier Farm. Yeah, so you don't want to be like always having to have your guard up all the time. Like, so in a way, like, I understand. I kind of like that Snoop softened up. I remember when I was little, they charged him with murder. He couldn't do no right in the press's eyes, so he was in a spot then. That was like a big deal. The whole public indicted him. He was guilty in the court of public opinion. If he had ever been convicted of that, I'm sure, you know, his life would have proceeded in a much different way. Slime Whoop said, he's respected for his business moves, but the things I can't respect about him is he tried to sign an old death row artist to a 4-album deal for $10K. Yeah, WTF is that? Well, yeah, so that I don't like, man. I don't like to see folks getting, you know, and those are people. Remember, there was a lot of stuff. These guys are, like you say, business people, right? I don't know if you know who Black Rob is. Some of y'all might know. He's a rapper. And I'm sure a lot of my demographic does not know who Black Rob is. But if you listen to rap and even Bad Boy, right? Because he was a Bad Boy rapper. Black Rob died about 2 years ago. It did not make big news. And Puffy had a lot of money, like had promised him a lot of stuff, right? Or Diddy, as you all would call him. And the record company, and he died almost homeless. Yeah. So, like, he was begging, he was on social media, like, asking people for money. It was another rapper, I think down in the Atlanta area, that took him in. He saw him, he was in bad shape, you know. But Black Rob, like, a decent rapper, too, and an honest rapper. Like, Black Rob's rap was really honest. There was some posturing and things like that, just in my opinion, you know, as listening to the music. But yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, he died a couple years ago in May. Not, it's probably almost, maybe it is more like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. He was in bad shape, man. Yeah, DMX got a lot of press. Obviously, he's DMX. But when Black Rob died, I was kind of surprised that it didn't get more. They knew, like, the Bad Boy folks knew he was a good rapper. That's why he was on that label. And he was the best other rapper besides Biggie on Death Row for sure. If you're not on Death Row, excuse me, on Bad Boy, the antithesis of Death Row. Are you ready for your rebrand, WR? What is? Oh my God, I gotta like take. What is that? What is that? Rebrand wide receiver? Definitely talk to, yeah, you know, probably. But yeah, that's kind of a sad story about him. It was sad to me. I sent my brother a bunch of stuff as it was going down. Like, I remember there was a lot of people outraged by it. But DMX went through a lot of the same stuff. A lot of rappers, man, they start. Who was I reading about the other day that had? Oh man, real problems. I mean, one of them I was reading about was obviously mystical. You cannot. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. I don't know about White Rob, man. That was his name. That was his rap name. Just going by his rap name. Yeah. I can. Yeah. There was no White Rob, Rob. But there is you. I did not think about that part of it. Failed rapper turned contractor. No, don't say you're a failed rapper. You're a rapper turned contractor. That's what you gotta say. Keep that dream alive. Who was I thinking about the other day? There's this soul singer. They called him like Screaming Eagle of Soul. And I cannot remember his name. The man did not get famous until he was about 53 years old. Someone could Google Screaming Eagle of Soul. He was an older guy working like menial jobs, and he did not start his musical career until his 50s. And the guy legit. I'll look it up right now. Yeah, yeah, man. It's I'm trying to think of there's tons of rappers that have died and it didn't get much press, right? Prodigy from Mobb Deep. Um, I thought when Pfeiffer died from Tribe Called Quest that it probably needed more press. Nipsey Hussle got a lot of press when he passed away. Uh, Man, there's a lot of rappers that I think it didn't even hit the bandwidth of the press in any kind of way to mention it. But there has been many of them. Those two. Oh, even Guru. When Guru passed away, I thought that was not much press on that either. So a lot of I grew up in the East Coast, so I heard a lot of those rappers. But yeah, yeah. But yeah. So also recently, this rapper that I like from New Orleans, from Baton Rouge, died. I forgot this rapper that I really liked. His name was Young Bleed. He was from Baton Rouge, and he was a good rapper. He was on No Limit back in the late '90s. Really talented rapper, was different, more introspective, but had a southern. That Baton Rouge group had like a southern, like twang to him. But it was him and this guy named Lalo, and this guy Youngbleed passed away recently. He was a good rapper, like legit. I don't know, some kind of random, just these folks get. Jam Master Jay died. That was huge news. There's a lot behind that stuff too, because Jay was like he broke a rule. They had blacklisted 50 Cent in New York around that time. This is before he got famous. He was already pretty famous in New York before he got famous nationwide, obviously, 50 Cent. But he made this song, and the song had some specific information about somebody in it. And so they called him a snitch for that. I won't get into saying the name of it because I don't want to name the title of a song on here, and that kind of might offend people. But it was a 50 Cent song. It came out. It named people by name in it. So the whole community called him a snitch because it used people's real names. And so he got blacklisted from all the clubs in New York and Jersey. And the only person that would deal with him was Jam Master Jay. And so there's a component of this that is that, though we know that Jay was actually dealing cocaine too now. And that could be yeah, it was actually called Ghetto Quran, the song. Yeah. And he uses the name of somebody in that song. And that became a big deal for him in New York because for many years it was hard for 50 Cent to get his name out because of that. Like the particular person he was talking about had a lot of friends, even in the rap business. And so when Jay dealt with him, that like put him on the outs too because he was making a bold move to back somebody who was blacklisted. I mean, he was he was not going to be allowed back in. Yeah. Yeah, so then there's that side to the Jam Master Jay story that is not explored as much, I don't think. Just like I think the LAPD side of the Biggie and both Tupac and Biggie, there's a LAPD component to that that's not completely, like, I don't know. I haven't watched the movie. I don't know if they dealt with that in the movie or not. But there's two guys that is pretty. This guy Rafael Perez and one other cop that like were involved with this stuff, man. They were deeply involved with all of that. I'm sure you being out there, you probably know about that. The Rampart scandal. The LAPD had this division called the Rampart Division. Notorious. Yeah, I imagine you don't have that in the UK. That is true. Though you guys probably should. The contributions that have been made in your country, you know, by people from the Caribbean and things like that. Y'all probably should have at least a month. I'm kind of surprised, but you guys don't have history month. It's just not a very British thing to like. Yeah, I guess it's just America's complicated and weird. Because y'all are savages, Rob. That's what Wes said. Hey, where are we at on that? Hey, do subscribe to the channel, y'all. Double tap that screen and like this video. It's really easy. You just double tap your screen. Also, the gloves I'm wearing are Grease Monkey gloves. Really, really, really exclusive gloves. Exclusive people wear these gloves, especially like if they're doing tattooing or if they're cleaning a hide and they don't want to see the schmutz on it and they don't want their viewers to see it on their live stream. I don't want a bad text from my son's teachers right now. I dealt with them today. No more. No more. No more. No more bad reports. 50-21, yo. We got to go 4 more subs, yo. 4 more subs. To my 5,025. I'm like having to pee really bad. That's why y'all hear me quivering. My speech is okay, everybody. Yo, okay. Yeah, that's the way I feel because I have to go to the bathroom. Rob's got to go. He's got a visitor. See you later, Rob. We love you. Rob, everybody. Depression Talks. Hey, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 5,025 subs today, guys. Come on. We can do it. We can do it. It's easy. Just hit that subscribe button. Share it with a friend who you might think likes somebody to watch somebody yak about all kinds of different subjects and scrape animal hides at the same time. You know, as a teacher, I would have audiences appear in my classroom. Sometimes other teachers would pop in my room just to see what I was talking about in there. The subjects are wide and varied in nature. We love to talk about different things. Oh my goodness, I'm getting texts from my son's teachers. So, pop in the chat. My name's Calvin. What's your name? I'm scraping a hide. What do you do? Have you ever scraped an animal hide before? Back in the day, this is how clothes were made, guys. Oh, I didn't even tell you. Oh, by the way, check out my hide. It's getting soft. See how much more. I mean, we got one defect in the thing right there, but that's okay. I'll sew that up. See how much more supple it is right now? That's from the scraping and the introduction of those oils. That's what that's from. Introduction of those oils. Let me... Well, hold on, I gotta do another pelt puppet. Please subscribe to the channel. learn something new with me. Tyler asked, do I ever do mounts? I'm not, I did a face recently to practice doing that, Tyler. I'm pretty new to this, but I have never done a mount. I think I could do it though. Soldier Farms, he's back to teaching music again. My old vocation that I used to ply. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, so I'm not done yet. I gotta do this hide too, which is also getting softer. This is from a buck, so look at the difference in size between this buck right here, and it shouldn't be like this. Typically, you're not gonna see this, right? So this is neck down here. This was a large buck. This was not a baby, right? And this was a doe. So you can see this one is larger, no question. So it's not across the board, males and females. It depends on the age of the female too. A different coloration you can see too. Same species of animal, totally different coloration. Oh, rainbow trout fishing camp grounds in Canada. Rainbow trout is delicious. I don't know if any of you all have ever had rainbow trout. One of the tastiest freshwater fishes that there is. All trout though. Brook trout, rainbow trout. I'm trying to think of the other kinds of trout. Those trout, the trout has a delicious flavor as a fish. I don't know if anyone else can vouch for me in the chat. Trout is a delicious fish. I know they're not a scaly one, so if you eat kosher or whatever, you can't really do them. Hold on, y'all. I think I gotta. It's probably a good time for me to take a quick water break, and I'll be right back. Luckily, the microphone's not on me, so you won't hear me urinate. But I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Man, I went out to pee and it felt like I was getting peed on, y'all. Welcome back to Dad's Workshop, where I'm gonna come into the frame wet and have to brush my hair. But let me use the time delayed. I'm a bit wet, y'all. I try to stay looking all right though. Hey, I'm back. I'm kind of wet now. This is Dad's Workshop. You're here with me. We're here together. Let's hang out. You be my mirror. This right here is a deer hide right now that also, this was partially bark tan. So you see there's a color difference from what you just saw. And it looks bad, but we're gonna work this thing until it's back to normal. Looks like a normal hide, you know? That's the cool thing. You mess up, you can sometimes go back a little. That big buckskin that I did was tan twice. I took it and actually put it through the whole process a second time. Took it, washed all the tannins out, put it through a lye bath, which cost me some skin, I think. But welcome to Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. We just went over 5,000 subs. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. What I need to do today is get to 5,025, my daily goal. We were at 5,011, we'll say today. We'll say 5,010. That's where we were when we started. I'll always subtract a person before I add one. So 5,010, we want to go to 5,025. That's 15 subscriptions today. That's all we need. That's not a lot. Subscribe to the channel. It's really easy. Double tap that screen to like the video as well. If you want these kind of gloves, they're called Grease Monkey gloves. You can tap that link up there and order you some. Make you look like a pro at whatever you're doing. Also strong and don't break that easily. I like this company because I've dressed animals with these gloves on and almost poked myself and the glove stopped it. So I will vouch for the Grease Monkey gloves. Product placement. Y'all like that? Folded it in. Seamlessly folded in. Seamlessly folded in. Grease Monkey gloves. Ooh, this one's stiffening up a bit, for sure. And I got a little hole in the middle there too, through the hide, and some only hair deep stuff. Yeah, this one's getting a little stiff again. I might take the hatchet to this guy a little bit. Since yesterday, let me spray this thing. Is she talking to me, the shoe shine videos? Yeah, I love to see leather being, man, I had my dad teach me how to shine shoes when I was little. I used to love shining my boots. I would always get the black Timberlands too, so I could shine them. Love that. Love that. Hey, Michael Wilson, welcome. Thank you. Help that algorithm. That algorithm needs as much help as it can get. You know, hey, if you're like Michael and you just popped in, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And like this video. Double tap that screen and like it. I just stepped out of the rain, so I'm a little wet at the moment. What I'm doing right now is trying to really scrape and get this bottom of this this deer hide here soft enough to drape over stuff. I wanted to put this in my son's room as a throw, but it's too rough around the edges and it caught my son's foot. So I want to make sure that I've softened it up sufficiently so that when they step onto their bunk bed ladder, they don't get cut by the edges that are actually kind of sharp on this. Yes, we got to take the help that we can get. That's right. All the help that we can get in the algorithm. That's correct, sir. But yeah, this is a whitetail deer hide, and all of these needed attention recently while I was working on other, like leather. So they got disregarded and they got neglected, and they need to be scraped and broken more, probably against the cable. But we do. This is one way that I do it, which is just basically manually scraping everything with a knife. And that breaks those fibers up. I'm not shy with it. It's the same thing if you were to cable it, the little chunks of fiber and flesh that are still coming off when you're scraping, that stuff will be on the floor. Because I managed to hook a cable up and do it a little bit with my buckskin. It was cool, it worked. But trying to hook it up in here, I failed a couple of times and it pulled stuff off and my hooks got broken. I need a more heavy, a heavy hook, I think. But Michael, thank you for being a sub of the channel. And anybody else who's in here who wants to say hi, pop in the chat. Let's see you. Let's say hi to you. And also all these lovely folks that popped in today. Most of them have channels, y'all. Michael has a channel, right? You can check out Michael's channel. You can check out Rob, who stepped away for a little bit. Check out his channel, DT Depression Talks. You can check out Wes's channel. There's lots of channels Lots of channels out there. Somebody yesterday said, be careful. And I was like, yeah, you do got to be careful. But I think I got the muscle memory part down for the most part. I put a couple nicks in there yesterday, unfortunately. But you do it long enough, you do that for sure is going to happen. With these early hides I did, because these are some of the earlier hides I did, there's lots of mistakes. I'm working against a lot of mistakes I made. Like this one, I probably wouldn't bark tan it if I could go back. I would take it out of that bark tanning solution. It made it really tough. So like boot leather on the inside. And that is going to take my work to get it away from that, you know. So I sprayed it with water. The next thing I'm going to do after I kind of scrape it a little bit here and open that grain up is actually put more of this fat emulsion liquor that I have here onto it. When I say liquor, I don't mean alcohol, by the way, guys. It's not the same thing. Ooh, that right hand of mine. Tammy said, Calvin and Heather, I need to go to work. I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Thank you for coming in, Tammy. All the way from Canada, Tammy Fleming. Appreciate you coming through. We love all our folks from Canada, the US, the UK, India, Germany, Ireland. If you're out there and you're from one of those awesome places, put something in the chat. Where are you from? Are you from one? Did I not name your place of origin? Are you from Iceland? We have had Icelandic people in here before. Where are you from? Pop in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Did I not name where you're from? Maybe I don't know about it and need to learn. Teach me something today. Pop in my chat. Where are you from? Where are you from? Pop in that chat and let me know. Also, subscribe to the channel. Ooh, we're getting real low here. Maybe it's time to take a little break. Work on that long form video, huh? Thanks to everybody for popping through Dad's Workshop today. I'm Calvin. We're trying to get to 5,025 subscriptions today. So if you could please subscribe to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated by myself and Miss Heather. Please, 52 likes, 52 in the room. 63 likes. Oh, that's 63 likes, my bad. 52, 63. So what I need, Michael said, I'm in Scotland, but you mentioned UK. Technically the same. We love Scottish people here, man. That's where my ancestors are from. From the east, from the lowlands, from East Lothian. And I've got what you might call a double dose of that family in my bloodstream. So, yeah, definitely a lot of Scottish. That's cool, Michael. I'm glad to know you're Scottish, man. That's awesome. Great to have you. Great that you stopped through. 5,027. Great. So great. You're so welcome here at Dad's Workshop. Click subscribe if you like the channel. Click subscribe. Like, share. But don't leave. Don't leave until I tell you you can. Yeah, so yeah, my Edinburgh, like my folks, you probably know where I'm talking about. Like East Lothian, so near Edinburgh, not far from Edinburgh. That's where the Seetin family's from, man. Thousands of years there. A great and noble family. A great and noble family we are. Yep. Yep. Sweet, man. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Love that, Michael. I'm glad you're here from Scotland. The only other Scottish person I have that watches my channel is Machine Gun Max. He's like 10 years old, so thanks for joining us. Machine Gun Max is from there. Not far from you, actually, probably. Welson. They call you Welson? Michael Welson. Who's your team? Oh, that's what I can add. Michael has to go, but I want to know who his team is, man. Who's your club? Because I love Scottish Premier League. That's my league, man. Who's your club? Next time I see you, I'm gonna ask you if you're gone. Who's your club if you watch Scottish football? My favorite league, by the way, SPFL, or what they now call the Cinch or something. This is BS. It's the Scottish Premier League. My favorite league. Glasgow Celtic, man. Yeah, Celtic, good team. Good team. Good team. You guys got that guy Maeda. I don't know if he left y'all. The Japanese guy, he's good. Y'all got that kid from Ireland too on the team, right? He's good too. Kevin said, okay, I'm back. I had to take the phone call, so Calvin, redo everything I missed. Okay. All right, we're back where we started again. Oh yeah, man. Celtic had a run. Was it last year or the year before where they got? It was Celtic and the Rangers made a run in Champions League. But Celtic last year, dang, weren't they playing against Real Madrid and they had them 2 down, or was it a team in Germany? Celtic had a couple games. They were up 2 games to none in a series. I want to say it may have been aggregate, but they should have won that, man. Oh, I was so upset. It was the farthest I think that a Scottish team ever got in the dance. But I don't know. Maybe they won it before though. I thought Celtic won the Euro before. Always psyched. I think Scotland made the World Cup this time. Always psyched to see them in the World Cup. I think they made it this time. I hope they made it. Last time it came down to Scotland had to beat Ukraine. This is to get in the World Cup. Scotland had to beat Ukraine, then go to Wales and beat Wales, and I think they lost to Wales. I think they beat Wales and they lost to Ukraine, and that knocked them out of the dance, the World Cup. And I remember Scotland in the 1998 World Cup or whatever in France. They were impressive. They were an impressive team. When you can get them out there on the field, you can field that team. They're a threat. Watch out. Country of leaders, someone used to say about Scotland. Scotland is a country of leaders. I like that. Everyone can't be a leader, but it is a country that has produced many leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, we're already over our subscription goal today. And I'm shocked to see that, but maybe we can get it up to 5,030. I don't know. If we can push that subscribe button though. We just got over 5,000 subs, y'all. Let's go to 5,030 today. Come on. Let's push that subscribe, pop that thing down. Just don't worry. Don't think twice about it. Don't let it be it's not an impulse buy. This is a smart investment in your future. You invest in your future by investing in Dad's Workshop, by not putting any money in, just clicking the subscribe button. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. It's no big deal. Don't think about it. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Like these kids say. Don't overthink it. See how that frizzes up that hide like that? I'm trying to frizz that all up. Get those fibers up. If I had the other side, I'll be scraping all that grain off the other side too. I gotta put that work in on this side though. All the way to the edge. See, now it's flopping like that. That's because it's not it's like rigid when you don't apply the stuff. So now I am gonna put some fat liquor on this. All right, man. Michael, we'll see you later. Thank you for being here from Scotland. Michael Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Wilson. Catch ya later. On dad duty. There you go. Something I am familiar with. I am familiar with that concept. We spritzed it, but I'm going to give it another little spritz before I put on this stuff. As I told y'all, I'm working on a long form video about a lot of different aspects of tanning and hide working that I have discovered and learned, little tricks that I've figured out, my experiences, things I learned informationally if you're here in the States about what the rules are in certain areas about collecting roadkill or dead animals, or how many you can have, having hunting licenses, all of that stuff. If you're interested in all of that kind of stuff, do subscribe, because my next long form video will be a valuable video. There's going to be animations in it, good music, all of the good things you like to see in a good production will be in that video. Thank you for being here. My name is Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop. You're not in the wrong place. You're in the right place. That's what happened. Fate left you in exactly the place that you needed to be today to get this message. Hello. That's the message. And also, welcome. Thanks for being here. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. You're not here for no reason. You're here for a reason. All this scraping is softening up this hide. All the schmutz I just got off with that, crazy. Crazy schmutz. I won't show the camera because it's kind of gross, but it's schmutz. Biggest buck I've ever shot? How should I answer that, Heather? I don't think I should talk about that. I got to be careful about that on here. Tyler. Heather, how about this? Tyler, stay tuned. My video will answer that question. That's what I gotta do. I gotta push you off to answer that question. Solid question. Let's say it's less than a lot of big bucks. Let's put it like that. How about that? Less than a lot of big bucks. Not a lot. I haven't shot a lot of deer, man. I've had my hunting license in Virginia for a number of years. I'm mostly a turkey hunter, actually, dude. To be honest with you, turkey and small game. And don't do much trophy stuff. Yeah. Good question though, man. So hopefully you didn't look away for that answer right there. I might go out next year. I didn't go out this year. These are all roadkill bucks, man. You know how many, and if you watch my video, you'll know this. In Virginia or North Carolina, you're limited to 4 bucks and two does in a season, right? 5,028 laptop locked up. Yeah, so the only deer that I shot this season was a doe. Okay? Let's put it like that. That's the best way for me to say it, I think. Heather, does that work? There's a lot of legalities about where you hunt and things like that. I want to watch out for that stuff. And also offending part of my audience. I try to do this stuff super ethically, Tyler, so I don't like a lot of these deer. The last animal I shot, and I hate to use those terms because I know that kind of pushes you down the algorithm in YouTube, was a squirrel. I was small game hunting, so. But I have no problem with anybody taking down bucks, or whatever. Rob's back. 5,020. Let's get to 5,030, y'all. 5,030 subs. Yeah, I am more of a turkey hunting guy. I will go out, and I went out to the mountains on a what do they call it, a solitary deer hunt. But that was like the last time I did that was like 2018. So I went deer and bear. I went out there for deer and bear, and did not come back with nothing. I could have stayed out long. I had young children, and I got called. Dad duty kicked in that time too when I was out. They got a hold of me because I left my post, left my blind, and went into town to get something to eat. And I got called on my cell phone. Time to go back. So I might have gotten one that year, but I didn't get one because of that. And we don't do hunt. I don't really do hunt clubs. I'm not a good old boy, so I don't have any friends in the hunt clubs down here. I have to go hunt on state land and national land. That's my only options. So I hope that explains, Tyler, where I'm at. I have not shot. None of these bucks were shot by me, though I do think one of them was shot. The large one where I've got this piece of buckskin I got over here. This animal, I believe, may have been shot, and then they followed it and didn't find it. And that's based on a shot I found, a bullet or a hole on this buck hide right here. The thing about making leather is it don't need to be fresh, really. It does not need to be fresh. It just needs to get to you, and you need to be able to take care of it, right? And I don't like to kill anything I'm not going to eat. So if I'm going to kill it, if I'm going to unalive it, I'm going to eat it as well, as I've been raised to do that. You don't just take stuff for no reason. And my deer this year was a doe, and she was delicious. As the late Robert G. said, and I will quote him, he passed away in December, "Does eat better." That's what he said. So, I'd rather go out in doe season, man. Hey, where's our... Oh, guys, you see that little thing up in the top corner there? Top corner, right there. Binky bing, see that? That's Jorgensen clamps. We use those here in the shop. Check them out, you know. Put them in your cart. They work really well. Strong clamps. If you're doing woodworking, or if you've got a board that you're pressing down to scrape hides on. Think about it. You might need a Jorgensen clamp in your shop. Captain Trips G7W says, cool, welcome to Captain Trips. Glad to have you. Hey, do subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. This neck spot is tough, you see? This stuff up here, real tough. I want to break this a bit, but it is like so stiff. It just needs to be, I think this needs to be pulled against the cable, man. I don't know if this corner is going to do it. $69 likes, if you know what I mean. Hey, do tap that, smash that like button and get us, let's get that up to 70 likes, and also let's get up to 2,030 subscribers today on Dad's Workshop. Spam that heart, y'all. Spam that heart. Spam that heart. Love this stuff. Love the content. Like the content. Share the content, and let somebody, you know, just hang out. Comment. Let's hear it. Welcome to the chat there, Captain. Appreciate you being here and saying something in the chat. I love that interaction. We're happy to have you, Captain Trips. Happy to have you, man. So I put that liquor, that fat liquor on there now. And oh wow, look at that, 71 likes, y'all. And how many subscribers we got now? We at 2,030, so I can go on with my day and wake up. No, we need over 2,030 so that when I wake up in tomorrow morning, when I roll over and kiss the photo of my dead grandmommy that I have on the side of my bed, I want to see my phone say over 2,030 subs on it though. So subscribe, please. Looks like a coyote from that angle, man. A coyote. It looks kind of like a coyote from over there, y'all. Looks kind of like a coyote. A coyote. What's the biggest book you've ever taken down? Probably a dude named Buck. There's a kid named Buck. We got into a fist fight. That's probably the biggest buck I ever took down. that beautiful fur. Beautiful fur, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, and the easy way too, not the hard way. We're gonna get this thing to where it is not stiff and mean to the skin. It is so rigid right now, and we're working on that. But what I'm gonna have to do with the rest of this liqueur that I have here, I think, is probably soak stuff in it. And I can't soak the furs; they can't get soaked in that. If you do that, that will spoil them, and it'll cause the hair to slip. Probably, that's what I think. That's generally what we would believe would happen there. Just trying to get at some of these tougher spots along the edges here. My hatchet gets in there pretty good. We're gonna make stuff out of this stuff on Dad's workshop, but we take our time around here and do things the slow-fashioned way. The slow old-fashioned way. As I've said before. Multiple times, probably too. What this does is tenderize the bottom of this thing, soften the bottom, and apparently I tore a hole through here, but that was a while ago. I think this is probably, because from here down it's not very useful, unless I made it into leather. As a fur, it would have to be sewed up to be super useful. It's got some defections in it. But this was my first attempt at taking a fur and bark tanning it. So I soaked this in tannic mixture, which I can show you here. So this is a deer hide, and it would be tan here, but this is a little more orange than what you would see. And the reason is because I actually tanned it. This stuff, bark liquor, that's what that is, and it's not brains, it's bark liquor, and that was used to tan it and actually keep the hair locking in. It smells great, but my skin hates it. I've never mixed fat liquor and bark liquor, but I'm doing it right now. This is the experiment. As it was said by somebody who knows what they're talking about, that this may be possible to do. Apply them to only the flesh side if you're doing fur-on pelts, which I don't do a lot of anymore, by the way, y'all. I don't do a lot of these furs anymore. I just do leather. The furs are tricky. Lots of different factors, and the biggest one is the fur wants to be stiff and rawhide-ish. It doesn't want to be soft and supple. So you have to work the mess out of it, and every time you're doing that, the hair wants to come out, right? So it's tricky. That's why a lot of the professional furriers or fur trappers or taxidermists that deal with fur, they generally use chemicals, to do it. But it can be done without. It's just extremely laborious. It's like what you see me doing. That's the way you do it without. And as you can see, people think that I'm actually trying to waste time, and I'm not. It just takes this type of work constantly to get these hides to where that they're suitable for being on a human body, or being a rug or being a warm blanket. It doesn't want to be that for you. It wants to be other stuff. It wants you to bury it in the ground, right? Because it's from an animal that's not alive anymore. But if you're working the fibers and pulling these out, right, and it's working oils in there, that's replacing those old fibers that used to be full with water because the animal drank water and ate plants. Those old fibers are now being filled with lipids, you know, oils and things. And so what was being moisturized and softened by water is now being softened by oils. That's the key to tanning, I guess brain tanning for sure. Bark tanning is not so much. Bark tanning is really, or veg tanning is you're creating a really rigid leather. But this is a combo right here. This was veg tan, and I also brain tanned it and smoked it. So I hear the rain. Y'all hear the rain coming down? DT out of here. Rob, see you later. Take care, man. Have a good day. It is Friday, man. Y'all should be happy it's Friday, right? You're working stiffs. You're like almost done with everything, right? I think it's these edges that I gotta really break the most here. Everything else seems pretty soft. Y'all see, this was really rigid. This was like a rock. I was bending it once, and that was down the middle to get it from place to place. So we're getting somewhere with this one too. Definitely getting softer. I'm gonna get rid of these little residual arm skin here. But yeah, that's getting somewhere as well. And then yesterday I took a periodic, just a little quick look at the raccoon hides that I got and softened them up. Y'all see, nice and soft, no chemicals. No, I didn't put them against some kind of a special machine. This is all done with hand work. The fat liquor I'm using you need to prepare the hide by softening it, like opening up the grain by either scraping it or spraying it with some, putting a towel with water on top of it to open the grain up and soften it up. It doesn't want to go in, especially if I've already smoked the hide, and some of these have already been smoked, so they've been almost like waterproofed. You have to scrape that away. Different smoke creates formaldehyde and other substances like that. It's why smoking works to preserve. That's the dirty little secret about smoke. It's not super, like, anytime you deal with smoke, it has formaldehyde in it, right? Which is a carcinogen, as far as I know. So that has those things in it. Now it's been smoked, it seals it up. So in order for me to get that unsealed to add more softness to it, I got to scrape at it or I got to moisten it, and it's already kind of waterproofed. So the only way I've been able to do it is by spraying it with water, or if you got some time, you put a towel on it and roll it up, right, overnight. Put a towel on it. If it's a hair-on hide, you need to put the towel on it and just let it sit flat somewhere. Don't roll the towel in the hair. Let the moist towel sit on the inside of it. Like, this is nice and flat now and soft. This is looking good. And yeah, the fat liquor does, it sinks in as long as the hide is prepared. And that's what it's, if you're looking for even distribution, right? So when I apply this fat liquor, what I'm trying to do is get it all around the whole area because the fat is emulsified in there. So it's spread. So as we put this down, and I want to wipe this spot down here. Now, because I just scraped that and we've added some, I sprayed it. Now you see it's kind of discolored, but if this dried, it would be pretty pure white. Like I've gotten this hide pretty, this is very clean. Raccoons are hard to get to this point by hand because they're fatty. They have lots of greasiness in their hides. As I'm applying the fat liquor, I'm trying to get it to all the different edges and parts of it. And you see it is sinking in now, right? Hardest part on these raccoons to deal with is the tail, because raccoon has pretty thin skin, and the tail is where stuff wants to accumulate, the flesh and stuff. Outdoor Malachi, welcome. Hey y'all, do subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm gonna be gentle because this is pretty well scraped right now. It's these edges I'm concerned about, where it's kind of belly stuff. Belly stuff's never gonna get, like this is belly right here. It's never gonna get soft and workable like the center of the hide because it's thinner. It's just thinner material. Legs also. But you wanna leave them on because it gives you the biggest area to work with. This is my understanding. I'm just repeating it so I learn it better. I'm still new to this, you know. I'm being pretty gentle here. I don't want to scrape. I've already got one hole in this hide somewhere. Well, a couple from pinning it because this was pinned up to a board, but I mean, close to the belly, there's a hole somewhere here. Maybe not on this one. But nice and soft, right? Flops over my beam here. This is like my little mini fleshing beam now. And so that's pretty good. And then we'll brush through the hair once. Seems like raccoon, I do have a raccoon where the hair slipped, but it seems like raccoon fur is not bad as far as slipping. Like there's some, like squirrels, the hair slips bad. It's hard to keep the hair, but generally you don't want to, right? Hey, it's me, Kyle. It's me, Kyle. Say welcome. Hey, Kyle. So I see how I read stuff. It's me, Kyle. But Kyle, I get it. Yeah, so yeah, what we're doing right now is this is all natural stuff too. So this is traditional tanning. I haven't used anything out of a bottle or a container. I just applied fat liquor to this raccoon hide. I'm trying to do all of them. I didn't do this muskrat recently, so I should probably do this one here. This is my muskrat that I bark tanned, and this was a combination tan, bark tan and brain tan. And it's kind of cut. It was cut in a ring. The muskrat was dressed like that, and then I just cut the ring to tan it. So what you have is like a circumferential cut of the muskrat hide. I'll move the camera up so you can see. Yeah, it's me, Kyle. Hopefully you're subscribed to the channel. We appreciate It's Me, Kyle coming into the chat. We love to have new folks pop in the chat. We want to know who you are. Where are you from? It's Me, Kyle. Where are you from at? Yeah, it's tricky, man. It's like I love it. It's way harder than it looks to tan a hide. It starts with dressing the animal, obviously, you know, and that can be tough for people because they like their stomachs, like they can't handle gutting stuff. But once you've done that and you get used to kind of stink smells and stuff like that, there's basically 5 processes you go through, and the last of those is the tanning process. You prep the hide using, and I'm going to put it in my long form video, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell and make sure you're set up to get notifications, because when my video goes out, this is going to be, it's for my channel. I think it's going to be a grand work because it's going to talk about all the things I learned. It's going to be value about tanning, home tanning, like for a upstart. Like I just did this with $0 budget. I had no budget for this, so I had to try to learn to do this with nothing, buying no materials. I didn't buy any tanning stuff, you know. These muskrat hides are a little bit thin. I think you got to watch out on these a bit on the back. They can get, I'm getting hair back here that's coming through the other direction. That may have happened when I brined this or pickled this hide. It might have caused the hairs to slip through back in the opposite way. I wouldn't make that mistake again, probably. But the muskrat hide is a very nice hide. It has a very soft feel to it. Like really good for, I could see it being really nice for the shoulder of a garment. It has some pillowiness to it. That's the best way to describe it, actually. It's pillowy. It's a pillowy hide. There's like fur, and then there's skin, and then between that, it's like, it's soft, and it's not fat either. It's just the texture of their skin. Sweet, yeah, in Texas, okay. You know, in Texas, you guys have the opportunity to hunt all year long axis deer. So definitely if I had a species like that, an invasive deer species, I would definitely be out hunting all the time. Because those, it doesn't hurt the environment. You're actually helping the environment by hunting them. They take the habitat of white-tailed deer down there. So if you're in Texas, the axis deer, I think you can hunt that deer all year long with a hunting license. And it's a small deer. It has speckles its whole life. That's why you know it's an axis deer. It'll be a buck with antlers, a full rack of antlers. It'll be smaller, and it'll have dots on it, you know, speckles like a fawn. They come from India. They were introduced here by people trying to hunt them for sport, and they went out of control as many animals that are introduced illegally and improperly to an environment do. They spiraled out of control and took over the environment. Yep, there you go. Freezer full of venison. We were talking about this, man, all the time, and it's more about that acquisition of food factor. People don't understand when everything breaks down. The currency is food. There is no currency. Gold has no value. As much as I love crypto and all that, Bitcoin has no value. You know. None of that stuff has any value. It has value as your skill to be able to create and procure food for you and the people that depend on you. I think people in the lower 48 states need to do it like they do up in Alaska. Like people in Alaska hunt, fill their freezers with meat, and then they worry about other stuff, right? I have recently discovered that game meat is very good. Obviously, I always liked venison. I always was a big fan of venison. I always liked the taste of it, so maybe I'm a little partial. I was introduced to it at a young age as well, like many people who are from rural areas. I ate venison as a very young person, whereas some people haven't, and it's new to them. An animal that actually lived a purposeful life that they're eating. That's hard for them. They want their animals to come from the store where everything is sterile, you know. But that's not the best way for an animal to live, right? Yes, we had deer chill the other day, and I made more deer sausage. Now breakfast sausage, you need to try blueberry deer sausage with pancakes and eggs. Dang, that sounds kind of good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've never had that. I've had a lot. I had deer and bear together one time. My uncle, I'll call him my uncle, he's a family friend. My uncle made that when I was little. He had gone to the Boundary Waters and got him a bear. So I ate venison and bear together in one. It was like one casserole. Bear is really fatty meat. A little more gamey than venison, in my opinion. Yep. Down in Texas, they got those axis deer, and I'm glad they're limited down there, but I wouldn't mind having something to just run around and go after besides squirrels right now, you know, squirrels and rabbits or whatever, small game. Right now, it's basically squirrel season pretty much everywhere, but unless you got those other species of animals that you can kind of go after all year that are invasive. Pig hunting, that's one of them. That doesn't really do any good for anybody though. Oh, it's kind of newish. South Louisiana, they make it. Yeah, blueberries are not a berry that loves that kind of temperature down there, man. They'll grow. I do know. Dang, I just made a big old cut in that. You see, I slipped. Y'all see that slip? Can't slip. Put a big old gash in the top of that. Pretty sure that's a belly area though. I'm just trying to actually kind of smash out this hide to even and less feathery. It's like kind of I don't know what the word would be, lumpy. It's got some lumpy bits on it. I could probably take a plastic brush bit to a screw gun and go over it like that. I'm gonna put some bark liquor on it, warm it up to soften it up a bit. And put back some of the moisture I'm sure I just scraped out of it. But it's this is a muskrat hide here. Hey, we're on the march to 2050 or not 2000, 5,000. See how where my mind is? Still think we got 2,000 subs. We got 5,000 some subs. We're trying to get to 5,035 today. That's what we're trying to get. 5,035 subs. Get me to 5,035, and I'll quit bothering you about it. I promise. So let's get up to that number, folks. We're racing to those numbers. We're trying to build this community, build this channel, build this movement of taking care of your own stuff and trying not to just buy things, you know, wholesale when they're trying to sell them to you. You know, everybody wants to sell you. Ooh, my arm's already reacting to those tannins in there. Not good. People want to get you to buy everything, but learn to do things a bit yourself, and there's value in that, y'all. We're gonna make shoes and stuff on this channel. We're gonna do great stuff here. Dad's Workshop. Stick around. It's value all the time here. It's value. So become a subscriber. It doesn't cost you a dime, not even a penny. Also, like this channel. We have 60, how many? 89 likes right now. Let's get that up to 90 likes. You know, just pop that number up. Just boop, pop it up to 90 likes. Muskrat fur right there. I can tell you where Emery's from. I never had a venison. Wonder what it tastes like. Like a really good beef. If you have backstrap, like really good, high quality. Like venison I had was kind of young this year, so I would say it was like veal. It's very lean. Yeah, it's very lean. Sometimes we add fats to it here because of its leanness. And Emery's out there in Turkey, the country, Turkey. I did know a guy from Iran, which is not the same as Turkey, but in the same region in the Fertile Crescent. I knew a guy from Iran named Ali who was, when he lived in Iran, he actually hunted. Maybe the only person I ever met from the Middle East who was like a rural person who hunted. When he came to the U.S., he was no longer allowed to, though. They have rules about that. But he was a bow hunter in Iran, so I know they do hunt over there. 5,037? What? Yeah, it's a wonderful, healthy protein, Emre. We have it. We're lucky to have it as a native animal here. You know, people hit them with their cars a lot, but they are absolutely a treasure as far as healthy foods are concerned. Unquestionably one of the most healthy proteins that there is. The doctors are now learning that that all proteins not created equal. I made ribs yesterday. They turned out terrible, and it sucks because I'm usually good at it. But it did remind me that game meat is like as good or better. Obviously, I didn't do a good job on those ribs, but I've recently been eating lots of game meat, so. I have this feeling like that maybe part of it, besides that I oversalted the pork yesterday, was that I actually like game meat. Like I like the leanness of it. I told you about the squirrel I had the other day. Squirrel was delish, man. Delish. No question about it. Yeah, Emre, we'll have to figure out how that can happen. Especially if I ever get over to Turkey, you know, what the rules are over there. I bet they have some deer hunting over there. You guys got a lot of land. Turkey is a huge country. So I bet there's like, I know of people, I want to say in the mountainous region of Turkey, that they have like mountain goats or mountain sheep, doll type sheep that are hunted up there. Because I know of people, I want to say I know of a hunting expedition or somebody went on one. But I don't know. I got to look it up. Quite sure the firearms rules are not the same there. Probably strict. But we have to check that, man. And what are the rules in Islam with eating game meat too? I was wondering this the other day. In Islam, are you allowed to eat an animal that's harvested like you shoot it through the heart, right? That's what we typically do with deer. Yeah, yeah, big on squirrel, man. Underrated, highly underrated, highly underrated. Even more so than venison. Like, it's just like a really good tasting meat. Very mild. So to someone who's not prepared for a gamey type meat, I think they would be pleasantly surprised. It's the female that I'm gonna do still. And now I've done all my furs. Yeah, and rabbits, definitely not a problem usually around here. Where I'm doing my small game stuff though, there's not many rabbits around there. I think the squirrels have taken all of the bandwidth of the environment up there. Squirrels are so invasive there that like not invasive. They're dominating the whole habitat because the predators are getting killed for whatever reason. The bobcats are getting trapped, the coyotes, whatever's out there. And so the squirrels are just dominating. They're eating all the garden vegetables, which, by the way, in the state of Virginia, gives you a right to hunt the squirrels any time of year. So if the squirrels are eating your produce, which at my folks' house and on their property, the squirrels do eat their produce. They eat all of their apples. They eat most of their strawberries. They get very little production. Now, I built their strawberry patch. It's a hugelkultur patch that has tons of square footage. The squirrels eat the equivalent of 11 pounds of strawberries every day. That is too much for them to be able to eat. So in my opinion, I've told my folks this, and they've recently allowed me to hunt the land now. The squirrels are out of control. They need to be checked. And that's what I think I can do. I have no problem doing that. Yeah, smoke for 12 hours. That sounds good, man. That sounds good. We got a backstrap in this frozen meat, also a tenderloin that we have not eaten yet. I think that's still in our freezer that I think would be really good for that. Smoking, slow cooking like that. Now I understand, and I've not eaten raccoon ever. I understand that raccoon is very gamey and has a very robust taste. So I don't know if you've ever eaten that. Kyle can give us a little insight on raccoon if he's ever had that. I've never had raccoon before. I understand that the receiver for the Carolina Panthers, though, what's his name, man? I can't recall his name. It's his favorite food. This guy's so country, man. So country. Yeah. Opossum. Here we have possums. They're actually two different animals. We have Virginia possums here. It's not even just not even eating meat, Emre. Their vegans are not eating meat. They're also not eating dairy and anything. If you don't call fish meat, there's no crustaceans. There's no dairy either. No eggs. So anything, also anything that has a meat product in it, anything made with gelatin, anything that's bleached with anything that's animal products. There's lots of animal products and a lot of different stuff. So people have to be, if they're vegans, they have to like watch all of that stuff. And I don't think it's healthy necessarily. I don't think there's that many doctors that say a vegan diet is healthy. I understand it's not very healthy at all. I mean, I got to tell you, food, I've told many people this. I'm celiac, so I can't eat wheat, barley, or rye, right? And that changed my whole life. It sucks. I struggle to enjoy food, so the foods I can enjoy, I try to put so much energy into like really making foods very good, like cooking the old-fashioned way from scratch. I can't eat bread anymore, so imagine not being able to eat bread, like how that would change your life. I can't. So now imagine if I can't eat like meat. What do I even eat anymore? Raw vegetables? Like I don't even know what I would do. Yeah, so yeah, the possums here are very nice animals actually, and the possums are, unfortunately, the first time I ever saw a possum was my grandfather killing one, and it was playing dead. So they're not very mean. If anything, they're passive and they're scared. But these are not possums. These are raccoons. We do have possums up here too. We kind of got like a pet possum over here, so we don't mess with the possums too much. Also, you don't know if they're pregnant. It kind of gets weird. You get in this weird gray area of legality, not legality, just morality, I think. How's everybody doing? Let me show you all my buckskins real quick before I go, because I always do that. This is my biggest one. Buckskin's a little different. Y'all can see leather. It's leather versus fur, right? I could take those furs that y'all see and turn them into this if I have to. So if I mess something up on them, worst case scenario, I can turn them into this buckskin. And that's like something I could kind of always do. As long as they're not ruined. If I can keep them, soft, that's even better. This is a thick buckskin, probably a millimeter or two. I don't know. This is a thicker deer hide from a big buck. These ones are from does, and so they're thinner and softer. And you can see they're worked. So this is for all the new people. You can see. I know a lot of old people have seen these over and over again. Y'all can see how it's scraped down. This is the grain side. So this would be where the hair is, and this is the flesh side. But y'all can see how soft that is, right? Real soft. Very soft and breathable. Cool in the summer, they say, and also warm in the winter. So buckskin is one of the greatest animal garment-based products that there is. It's beautiful, it's strong, and it breathes. And this is my thinnest one, I think, right here. 5,040, what? We get to 5,040 subs today. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Sub to my channel, and you can learn more. And we're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about this. Sorry, microphone. We're gonna talk about this buckskin process in my video. This is a true art. The art of making soft buckskin and making it look good and have a good texture. True art, y'all. So we're gonna learn more about that as time goes on. Use the buckskin to make things, all of that stuff. But I'm not gonna keep the airwaves on my thing all day. I can't do it like that all the time. I know I'm probably running out of battery here. Thank you for those 5,040 subscriptions. Hey, subscribe right now and get me up to 5,042. So when I wake up tomorrow, I'm still 5,040. Just let me see that. Come on, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe. Also, where's the little dollar sign? A little dollar sign down there if you want to become a member. There's a little dollar sign. But if you scroll down or you double tap the screen, just toop, toop, just do like that. That'll like, and then there's a little subscribe button. You just like, doop, you just tap that subscribe button. Get me up. We're almost at 100 likes, y'all. That's where we're at. So 2 hours, that's a long time. I do love you all, but I do got to get on with different things. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Let me show you my hatchet real quick since I love it. This is the hatchet I used to scrape today. Made by another YouTuber. This is made out of a squirrel right here. This leather, and then the handle I made out of ash. So that's something I'm very proud of. Love it. 5,041. That's what I'm talking about. Not Biggie Wayne. That's what we need. That's what we need. Thank you for popping in the chat. Not Biggie Wayne. Glad you're here. Oh, that's upside down. It's upside down. 5,041. 5,042. Thank you, Yorkie. Appreciate you. Oh, your Kyle. Your Kyle, Yorkie. Your Kyle. Thank you. Don't unsub because I said your name wrong. 5,042. There we go. Stay sub. Get subbed. Put the knife away. Oh, wrong way. Stay sub. Poddock. Mimosa. The handle's made out of mimosa. The sheath is made out of poddock. Right? That's what we got earlier today. Made my wife a sub. All right. Thank you, Emery. Appreciate you. Yeah. And maybe your wife will like the animal content that streams her YouTube channel. Whenever she's trying to look up something, she'll appreciate that. And all she gets is animal content and live streams from crazy people like me on the thing. But tell your wife that pass along my best wishes to your wife there, Emery. Emery, big friend of the program, Emery. Shout out, appreciate you. All the new folks, Kyle, it's me, Kyle, and your Kyle. Two different people, I'm sure, two distinctly different people. And not Biggie Wayne, I'm sure also a distinctly different person from those two. Shout out to my Jorgensen clamps. Get you a Jorgensen clamp, y'all. Yeah, she doesn't, her loss. That's the way to think about it. That's the way to think about it. Thank y'all for being here. My name is Calvin. Please do the next right thing by the world, by the environment, by your family, by everybody. Do the right thing. Be kind. Share some kindness with another person. And have a great rest of your day. My name is Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop, and we're out of here.